Yes, there is such thing as the best. The best is relative to your specific goals at a particular point in time. So let's give you a full understanding of the low bar and the high bar squat to build more muscle and to build more strength. Squats are incredible for building the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower body in general. Consistently adding weight to that bar is going to help you build the lower body and in turn help you build your upper body because your lower body is your base. On screen right now is the difference between the high bar and the low bar squat. The high bar squat is more of a natural position, a little higher, and the low bar squat is literally just a few inches lower, but it does affect the movement quite a lot. The high bar squat is more commonly used, and people often say that it's more comfortable, it feels a little more natural in that high bar squat position. Typically speaking, taller guys or guys with long legs like me tend to feel a little better with the low bar squat. With the low bar squat, it requires you to sort of bend over a little more, and a lot of people are reporting wrist pain, and that's really just a wrist or shoulder mobility issue, and they're things that you can work on. We now know the slight differences between the high bar and the low bar, but which is best for building muscle? Well, for me, for the most part, I'm going to teach a beginner the high bar squat first. And some people will disagree with this, but the reason I do that is because it's slightly more difficult. It highlights and exposes any issues that person has. If you have any issues with your hip mobility, ankle mobility, that kind of thing, that will be exposed more when you do a high bar squat. And so if I had a client and they're a beginner, I want to highlight those issues early so you can start to work on those issues with mobility drills. The truth is, when it comes to building muscle, there is no best. They're both going to build a lot of muscle. That's the reality. And what I recommend you do is choose one of them. If you don't know which one to choose, probably start with the high bar, do the high bar squat for a few months, and then transition and learn the low bar squat, and just transition those in and out of your programs. You should absolutely be using both. If you're someone that's prone to back pain or currently going through some pain in your back, but working through that, and of course this can't be said for every single case, but the majority of people, you will probably do a little better with a high bar squat because the low bar squat might just put a little bit of pressure on your back. So if you have that injury or you've just recovered from an injury, then the high bar might be a better option for you. And then if you have any knee pain or issues with your knees, then the low bar squat might be a better option for you. It just takes a little bit of that load off of the knees, and I think that can be really helpful for some of you. The video that is on screen right now, I want you guys to click on that video and watch that next. I talk about basically the best exercise for every single muscle group. So the chest, the back, the shoulders, biceps, triceps, legs. I go through them all and choose my best exercise and share with you why I think they're the best exercises. So go through and click on that video next. You can incorporate them into your programs.